So I want to welcome you to today's experience of Hope Starts Here. We're on a journey together towards Easter with our friend Jesus, and we're doing this together as a church. We all want to remain connected with each other and with God, even when we're going through this uncertain time. So each day, I always like to start with just a visual reminder that Jesus is the light, the hope that the darkness cannot put out. And it's always helpful for me to take a couple of moments to just still my mind, because my mind tends to wander when I pray. I don't know about you. So if you want to right now, close your eyes for a moment. Let your body relax. Breathe in hope, and then breathe out fear. Just as God breathed life into the very first man, breathe in gratitude and breathe out selfishness. Now, every day we see and know and love Jesus more clearly and follow him more nearly. And what we're going to see about him today is that he is glorious Jesus. We see this actually in the very first miracle that Jesus performs as it's described in the Gospel of John. It's just in the second chapter. He's at a wedding with his friends. And they're having a problem with the wedding, and it is that they run out of wine. And so his mother turns to him and says to Jesus, "They have no wine." That's, in a way, if you want to think about it like this, really the first prayer to Jesus in the Bible. They have no wine. It did not become a popular prayer. You don't see it on plaques in people's homes very often. It's not like "Thy will be done" or "Give us our daily bread." But it was a prayer. She was bringing that to Jesus. Nobody knows exactly why Mary felt like she needed to help. Maybe Jesus and his friends were the people that showed up unexpectedly and caused the supplies to run out. But for whatever reason, she tells them about the need. And then he performs this miracle that's quite remarkable. 6 enormous containers that hold between 20 and 30 gallons of water. So that's somewhere between 120 and 180 gallons of wine. And it ends up, the master of the feast says, being like the best wine of all. And it shows Jesus' glory. Now, I don't know what you think of when you think about the word glory. Often we think of real showy things. We think about power. We think about winners. We think about people who are beautiful or wealthy or famous. But there's another thread about glory in the Bible. Way back in the book of Exodus, after the giving of the 10 Commandments, it's just Moses and God. And Moses says to God, "Now show me your glory." And I love this. What God does now is not to hurl a thunderbolt or display the strength of his arm. He says, "Now I will cause all my goodness to pass before you. And I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy." In other words, God's greatest glory is his goodness. And what we see in this story is precisely the same thing. We're told that what Jesus did here in Cana of Galilee was the first of the signs through which he revealed his glory. The glory of the goodness of God. The glory of a God who would become a servant. One other tiny little detail in this story that you might have noticed is he does this miracle and the bridegroom doesn't know it. And the master of the banquet doesn't know it. The servants know it. He comes as a servant. And actually in the Gospel of John, the primary place where his glory is displayed is on a cross. Funny kind of glory. I love that about Jesus. So today, follow him by looking for his glory in a moment of beauty, in a piece of music, in a word from Scripture, especially in an act of servanthood. Jesus, may we see you more clearly and love you more dearly and follow you more nearly today. I'll see you tomorrow.